Hello and welcome again to We Are Crafted in His Image. We are going to get right to our project today. We have project number 2 in the April Cocoa and Crafts class, and we are going to make this adorable little card. Come here. Hello! Isn't that cute? And a little stamping on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead. On the last video, I said I would probably pre-color some of these ahead of time, but I realized after watching the video that you couldn't see me coloring very well. So this time I'm going to try zooming in when I get to that point to see if that helps any, to be able to see a little bit better what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get started. We have our stamp set, we have our watercolor pencils, we have our blender pen. I'm just going to kind of move those here. In your kit you have, let's see, of course one envelope was in last week's kit and I forgot to grab it. Oh, there it is, there it is. And then this one here has our little pieces in it. There we go. Oh, oh, come on, there's little tiny hearts in there, so make sure you get them out. Alright. And then this piece is not in yours. I'm just going to show you a trick on how I did one of the parts. And then I think we're ready to get started. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I do need to move this out of the way because similar to last week, I wanted to show you how I actually did this card. And a lot of the steps are already done for you. So yours, both of them will look like this. They'll have a little notch in the top, and the gray will also have a little slit in it. And one of these will also have a slit in it. I'm just going to kind of show you how I did the measurements and where I cut. So let me move this out of the way. We're going to need this one. And pull in our cutter again. Basically, let me see if I can find a pencil. I went in 1 inch in from the left-hand edge and 1 3/4 inches up from the bottom, and that's where I started my cut. So the 1 inch part is easy because this starts at 0 and it goes to 1. So all I have to do now is just put this at the 1 3/4 mark right here, push this down, and then push, oh, that's not even the blade. I need the blade over here. There we go. Put it at the 1 inch, and actually you want to go slightly on either side of the 1 inch. You want it a little bit wider than a 1 inch so that your 1 inch strip of paper will slide through the slit a little bit easier. So it's okay if you're above the 1, just like 1/16 of an inch above. I'm going to go about 1/16 of an inch below the 2, and that'll make it just a hair wider and make it go through the slit just a little bit easier to slide. Okay, so that part's finished. Now the part that was a little bit tricky was, where'd it go? This piece here. This piece. As you can see, the slit is not, it's not straight, it's on an angle. So what I did with that, I'm actually going to scoot this out of the way for a second. I'm going to pull in, I have a little ruler. You can use any kind of ruler. But I kind of laid this, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to extend off the edge. And I wanted to make sure it wasn't too far down or anything. So I kind of made sure it was covering that slit. Gave it the angle that I thought would look nice. Just kind of held it there. And then basically I just did this exact same measurements, but then I marked it with a pencil. So I'm going in 1 inch from the edge of the gray, and I'm going up 1 3/4 inches, and I'm just going to put a little mark right there, and then I'm going to go over 1 more inch and make the same mark. So 1 more inch, 1 3/4. There we go. So now I've pretty much marked where I want my slit, where I need my slit to be. Bring this back in, and this time I'm going to pull this a little bit closer to myself so I can see what I'm doing. And this does not have to be perfect, so I'm just eyeballing that those 2 marks I made are lined up as best as possible with the groove in my cutter. Then I'm going to bring my cutter down. Oh, actually, forgot. Okay, the other thing I did was not only lined up with this, but also lined up my 2 marks with any 2 lines going across that direction. That way when I pull this down, I know you could tape it down if you want to make that easier for yourself. Why aren't you going? Oh, my box is in the way. I'm too far over. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Okay, make sure you're still lined up. And you could just use an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors to cut the slit if you want. And actually, this project could easily be done without this piece of paper in it. I just thought it really needed a little something behind our envelope. So we needed to make this extra slit. And where's my card? Where's my card? You could do this exact same technique without this piece being here, if that would be easier. I just, like I said, I thought it needed a little something behind this envelope, so I opted to put that in there. So there you go. There's our slit. You will notice that not all of them are exactly in the exact same angle. That's okay. They're still going to line up if you put them on, line them up on your base, right? Okay. So let's get on with all the rest of this project. We need to do some stamping. The inside of our card is going to be the side that does not have a notch in it, and we're going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to do my notch in a minute, but we're going to go ahead and stamp. You can put whatever you want on the inside. I just did the little mushrooms in the corner. Let me get that out here. I have to turn a light on. It's getting rather dark out. We have a little bit of a snowstorm happening. Not much, but enough. There, is that better? I hope you can see better. And I'm going to get out my Memento ink. Make sure this is inked up well. There we go. Ooh, stick my elbow in it. And then stamp in the bottom corner. Ink again. Now this ink, the Memento, you'll notice you do need to push a little harder than you do with our regular color ink pads. Those you don't have to ink, you don't have to push very hard at all. There we go. We're gonna let those dry for just a minute while we work on our snail. Yep, the snail and the little hello is the only other stamping we have on this card. Alright, so let's take this one off. See what I mean by once you've used this a few times, it gets easier and easier to take these off without having to use the little spatula. Alright, so this is a die cut, so we're going to have to do the same technique that we did last time. I'm going to ink up. Doesn't matter if you ink up the You've Got Mail part or not, because your die cut actually won't catch that unless you don't lay it down on the right spot. Gonna try. Yeah. Stay. Grab my second block, push down, and you've got mail on your block. Ta-da! Woohoo! Yay! Let's try that again. Now, I've seen a lot of demonstrators, and probably other customers as well, have simply use a good pair of scissors and cut the You've Got Mail off of this stamp. So you can use this easily without having to have the snail on it. And then it's very easy on the block to line them back up again if you ever want to put them right back together. And since the die cut only cuts out the snail, it really doesn't matter if that's on there or not. So that's an option for you if you want to. I haven't done that quite yet. I've thought about doing it. I haven't had a project yet though that needed just the You've Got Mail, which totally would look cute right here on our little pop-up. Alright, let's try and get that on there. Stay. Yay! I have 2 snails. Alright. Oh, cleaning off the block too. All right, and the last thing we need to stamp is the word hello. And I'm gonna grab that right here. Grab a little block. And that is gonna go on, you've got 2 long strips. And you wanna stamp it, you just wanna give yourself a little bit of room to glue the snail at the top, and then the hello needs to go right underneath that. So, I'm actually gonna just kind of hold him here. Give me a little bit of room. And stamp. There we go. And then the other one would be about the same. Ta-da! Okay, our stamping is done. You may stamp, if you want, stamp something on your envelope. Oh, I think this one would be super cute on the envelope. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me grab my... I love this one. I put this on boxes too. When I had a couple packages to mail out recently, I stuck that on the outside of the box. Where's my envelope? There it is. There they are. I found them. Happy Mail enclosed. And you can stamp it straight like that. Oh, I did. I totally just tried to grab that. Oh, y'all, I'm fighting this nasty headache right now, and I'm having a hard time focusing, so I apologize. I really hope I do this well. All right, this one I think I'm going to go a little bit cattywampus on it. There we go. Yeah, I like cattywampus better. And put that away. Okay, stamping finished. Let's get to assembling this thing. So, move this. Actually, no, let's do some coloring and then we will put it together. And now I'm only going to color my snail. And then I'll come back and finish coloring mine later, but I want to show you. Actually, I think I'm going to color those. They're a little bit, yeah, I'm going to color those. I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if I can figure that out. Move this over so you can, I hope you can see that a little bit better this time. And let me go ahead and do some coloring. So I'm going to start with my mushrooms. I'll start with the bottom of it. Let's see, how did I do this one? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. And I need my readers on so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. That works a little better. And I'm going to start with a brown, and I'm not pushing really hard. I'm not pushing down really hard. I'm just kind of giving it a light shade of brown, because mushrooms usually aren't really super dark in color. They're pretty pale, depending on the type of mushroom, obviously. I'm going to darken it a little bit more right at the base where that shadow is, just by pressing harder. And then I think I'm going to get a little bit of yellow, and I'm going to go over that brown with the yellow, just to give it a yellowy brown beige coloring. And more yellow underneath the mushrooms. And maybe a little bit of brown just at the top area. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab, whoops, not that. Grab this, make sure it is not, oh yeah, see there's a little bit of pink on there. Actually, I think I'll use that end. And then I'm just going to come in here and blend those colors together. And I don't know how well it shows on the camera. I know it didn't show very well last week, but it really does help just pull those colors. You could really see it right there where that yellow and brown just blend in nicely together. There we go. Let's do the big mushroom. We're going to do like a deep red color. And actually, unfortunately, this red doesn't get super deep. It almost looks pink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a light, again, just light. I'm not pushing very hard here. And then to create a little more shadow and make it a little darker, I'm going to push a little harder on this side. Across the bottom. Same thing up in here. And then to deepen that even more, I'm going to go back in with, oh, where are my colors at here? I'm going to grab this purpley color here. Oh, it covered me up. And put some of this color right in this, what is this, Rich Razzleberry. Right in the edge of it. Alright, so now let's get our blender pen out. And I like to start with the light color and work my way towards the dark color, especially when it's this much of a change in color there. Can you see that blending? I hope so. I hope it's showing up on the camera. And there we go. We have our little mushroom colored in. Okay? So I'm not going to finish this right now. I'm going to go ahead and go to the assembly part, and you can color and have fun with yours. I will color mine up, excuse me, a little bit later. So for now, let's go ahead and start assembling. So we don't need the envelope. We do need to push this in. Go ahead and give it a score. And then same on this one. I'm really hoping I remember exactly how I put this together. Alright, so then you want to grab your 2 gray, and again, yours have a slit at the top here, a little punch out, and you want to line that up with the punch out that is already on your card. And how I did that, actually I'll do it on this one here so you can see. I laid out my card here, laid this out with the slit in the bottom left hand side of the card, and then I took my ruler again, went 1 inch in from the side because that's where our slit is, remember down here, that's where it starts, and then I just kind of marked up here at the top and went in again another inch because that's where the other end of our slit is supposed to be. Wow, I went way over on this one. I gave us a lot of extra room on that one. Right here, and mark that. Okay, so those are marked. Then I grabbed a 1.5 inch circle punch, and it's easier if you go ahead and, well, no, you don't want to glue this down yet. You do not want to glue this down yet. You could do this punch after it's glued down, but you don't want to do it yet. I'm going to take this right up here and punch where those 2 marks are. So you get just a little bit of a notch there. You can make it a bigger notch if you wanted. I might. We'll see how that works. Okay, so now we've got this part. Now comes the time to put everything together. And you actually don't need this just yet. You want to take your long strip, which I lost. There it is. Your white panel. Oh, actually, before we do those, we need these pieces. We have some little DSP Designer Series paper. We're going to glue those on first. Flip that over, grab my adhesive. Get the adhesive where it will come out. 1, 2. Come on, come on, let go of me, let go of me. 3, 4. Okay. So now one of these, you just want to go below, whoops, make sure my hearts are facing up. One above and one below that slit. The main thing you want to do is make sure you do not cover up the slit. Okay. You can use, if you've got some grid paper, you can line up where you want here to make sure both sides are going to be straight, which I wasn't very well. There we go. There we go. Now that's straight across. And then grab another one here. Usually the second one's easier to tell because you've got an easy skinny area there. Okay, there's 1, 2. And then I'm going to put this one here, go straight across, and put this one underneath. Hey, if I have it lined up, I might as well use that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come back here, come back here. There you go. Okay, so make sure your slit is open. Then you're going to take your long piece here, thread it through the slit in your square, and then also thread it through your gray piece. Gray granite is the color. To me it's grayish. It's kind of beige, it's kind of gray, it's grayish. Gray granite is a color name though. Now we want to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. So I'm going to pull my adhesive down so that it will work. Get some on here. But you do not want to get any adhesive on your strip at all, okay? You just want it on the white piece. And basically now you just slide the white down. Come here, come here, come here. There we go. Onto your backing. There we go. Oh, I forgot I didn't put any adhesive. I was like, why won't that stick? Because there's no adhesive on that end. I needed to put some on there. Let's do that better on this one. So this, I'll go ahead and put adhesive here, and here, and here. Put this, and this is just going to help it line up. So if you stick it on here, and then you put your thing through the other slit, and that's going to line it up for you pretty perfectly. And lay that down, and this will come out. This can come out. Okay, and then okay, so I am back, and I apologize. I had to first take off a sweater. I was having a hot flash, getting way too hot in here. Secondly, I realized as I was doing this that I cut these incorrectly for us. In the kits, you have 2 of these envelopes pre-cut, ready to go, and they have a slit cut in them that we need for this to slide through. However, I cut it on the wrong flap, at least on mine, and I'm assuming I did it on everybody's. So if your slit, if you'll notice, there is a larger little piece right here. You can see it sticks out just a little bit more than this one does. I don't know, I guess if you hold it this way you could tell. See, this one is longer. Anyway, if your slit is on the shorter of the 2, that is the wrong side. That is actually the top of our envelope that does not need to have the slit. It should be in the bottom. So you can either use an X-Acto knife, cut through there, or do like I did. Just do it on the right side. Take your envelope, lay the crease, the score line, right inside the groove here, and try to center between 2 of the horizontal lines. In this case, it's 7 and 8, inch 7 and 8. Take your blade, put it at 8 or 7, either one, and this is just a little tricky because your fingers just barely hold that in there. But then you're just going to slide over and create a slit. Okay, you just want to make sure that the slit is wide enough for your 1-inch strip to go through, and that is fine. So let me do this one as well. Lay that on there. Oh, I'm gonna go between, ooh, I need to move that, between 8 and 9. Get my fingers out of the way. Put that over there on the 9. And it will probably wiggle on you a little bit. You have to really push down hard on this to keep that envelope from moving. You could tape it down though. There we go. Alright, get this out of the way. I'm done with this one. This is turning out to be more complicated than it should. Okay, so now you're just going to fold over, and now it folds up properly. Now you will see on the other one, if you folded it this way, it doesn't come completely up. And you could use it that way, Just make sure your adhesive is down below, but it does cover up that center better if you use the right one. So mine should go this direction. You want the slit in the bottom of the envelope. You want it down here. All right, glue dots. I need glue dots. These are almost empty. Oh, it is. There was one left on there. So let me grab some glue dots from my little container here. All of these glue dots that are in here, these are from my paper pumpkin kits. They give you so many of them every month that I always have extras. And yeah, so I have a big thing of glue dots. There we go. Pick up a glue dot. One there. I really prefer this one, I think, for the glue dots. Yeah. Close that. Glue dot here. Come on. Close that one. And last one. There we go. Okay. Cap back on. Glue dots out of the way. And now the moment. Now, this is the order. You want to slide your strip through that slit that's on there. Slide it back through here again. Before you get down, go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of your envelope. Okay. And then again, just like we did the white one, you want to slide that envelope all the way down. You could pull it with this till it goes all the way down until it meets that other slit nicely, and then push it down. Okay. You want this to be able to slide. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside and do this one. I'm going to slide it through. Slide it through. Come on. Oh, I forgot to put adhesive on there. Come on. Bring it down. And then just kind of push it in, make sure it's all the way up against that slit so you don't see this sliding back and forth. Okay. Now we need to glue our snails on the top. One on top of each. And I think I have enough room there to use regular adhesive. You do want to make sure though that none of your adhesive goes on the back here, because you don't want it to stick to this. You want it to be loose. Okay, and I'm going to stick my little snail on there. Like I said, I'm going to color him in a little bit later. I don't want this video to be like a 45-minute video. There we go. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to pull it down so that your snail gets, and this one thing I found is his little tail keeps getting caught there, all the way down in. He's so cute. Sorry. And then flip it over and just lift up your paper and crease it. Well, you want it to be able to, hold on, you want it to come up so hello shows, like that. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And then we could actually fold it right here. Let me see. This will work better. So we can go down. Come here, snail. Get in there. And then pull up. Yeah, I see his tail keeps wanting to get stuck on the flap. Oh, and I can't do it. Well, it'll go in easier once we have it glued to the base, but there you go. So let's try that again. pull this down until just the hello shows, okay? You want just the hello showing. And then when you flip it over, you do want to make sure it's pretty straight. When you fold this up, that you're going pretty straight up the side of your card. Like that, okay? And then I'm going to put some adhesive on, and you don't want to go super close to this. You do want to kind of encase it, but if you go really, really close, it's going to make this really, really tight and even harder to lift. So on this side, I'm just going to go right in the middle between this and the edge, and on this side, I'm going to go about equal distance over, about there, and then do this side. Then I'm going to bring my card front in here and line that up on the bottom and the top. Oh, oh, oh. I'll give it a good push. And now let's see if it works. There it goes. Needs a little wiggle. Yes. Oh, my hand was holding it. No wonder it was too tight. And there we go. Our little snail. He moves in and out. Oh, I just realized I didn't zoom you guys back out again, did I? Are you able to see what I'm even doing? There we go. Okay. So in, back in he goes. This one here, we need some adhesive on. Again, just some on the side here, some on that side, and then all the way on the edge. Get my card base back in here. And center it and put it down. Okay, so once he's tucked all the way in, you want to go ahead and use your paper snips, or you could use your trimmer if you want. Cut this across at the top. Whoop, whoop, come on, stay straight on me. Stay straight. There we go, there we go. Got it. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this one. He's tucked inside there. And then, that's just extra paper for you. Pull that out a little. And then in your kit, you should have a little funny looking shape like this. And to do that, where'd that piece of paper go? There it is. I scored a line in a piece of paper. You see, this is scrap paper. Scored a line across there, folded it over, and then used my little 1-inch punch. And I simply came in a little ways and gave it a punch. Actually, I don't think I used the 1-inch punch, did I? No, I could have used no, I didn't. I used the 1.5 inch. The one that we used earlier. All right, let me find a scrap real quick. I'll have to do that one in a minute. But that's basically how I did it. Same punch I used for this, I used to punch out this here. But see, now it already has a score line in it. It's folded over for us. And you're just going to glue it onto your tab. I think this will work. I think I used liquid glue on mine the last time. There we go. Oh yeah, easy peasy. And basically you just want to take this piece and sandwich the end of your strip inside there. And that just kind of gives you a tab to hold, and it kind of tells them to pull on the little tab. Makes it a little easier. Ooh, he's moving pretty good till we get to that tail. Okay. Then the very last part of our card is just to put some little hearts on. We have these right here, and I'm just going to use dimensionals, some mini dimensionals to put them on. You could just glue them straight down, whichever one you prefer. You could glue a couple of them straight down and just pop one up on a dimensional. Totally up to you. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. That one is not centered on that heart. We're going to have to move that one. Come here, you. You're going to peek, aren't you? There we go. Okay. And I just stuck, I pulled mine out to see where I wanted them to be once it was pulled out. So I stuck one here. And, whoops. One there. Kind of turned a little in a different direction. And then one down over this area. And there we go. A 99% finished card. And the envelope. So there you go. That shows you how to put it together. I'm going to finish mine up. And then I think I'm going to go take a nap and see if this headache will go away. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope the snow that's coming down right now does not stay around very long. I love the snow, but I also love my flowers outside that are starting to bloom. I will see you next Tuesday with our second Snailed It Cocoa and Crafts project. Until then, God's love and blessings. Bye!